Eraserhead, don't die, man. Oh, it's doing the meta playbook, the waifu ride. Oh my god. See him? And he dies by saving Eraserhead? My god, this is... Oh my god, I'm dead! Oh my god, what a death scene! Holy shit! He's like, I got you, bro! And it's like, what? What a death scene! It's like, thumbs up! I saved you, bro! And this is gonna save my senpai, my bird brother! I like it, man. It's like, he's my bird, man! Yeah, here we go. Don't touch my bird, senpai! Man, he had to save his, bird mentor. They're both birds, yeah. He's awesome. He's sad, like, how can you kill twice, man? What is this? Every damn season, baby! Every season! Fat Gum gets the ultimate squish, man! Fat Gum is like, yeah! Here it is. This guy wins goddamn anime, I feel. I feel this guy wins anime. Holy shit, man. This scene is like, I got you! Yeah, it was like, man, it was so weird too, because first, right, he attacks, uses a quirk, right? So he throws out his hand, and then it does this kind of like, slide, kind of, yeah, shop, I guess, yeah. Shop attack, right? So he's like, shop, and then like, yeah, or like that, something, you gotta make it over. Oh, that's it, man. I respect it, man. I respect him. I respect this, man. It was beautiful. But yeah, let's do the episode. That was a really good episode, right? Had some good moments. Shigaraki falling us out. It is a little silly. Let's start with that. Let's start with the get the book by the horn, though. It is a little silly, right? I think I'll say that from like an actual, how to say it, but from an actual meta standpoint, whatever. That is so obvious, right, for the viewer, for us, that, well, of course the bad guy is gonna get free, or he's the main bad guy, So it's a little more, meta knowledge, but still, it does have a little bit of a horror plot armor, right, where they all leave the super epic bad guy, that they all went there to fight, right, or stop his power to get it, whatever. Then they leave with one person, and immediately that guy gets killed. Yeah, you're like, oh, that guy's dead, right? Yeah. I mean, not this guy, but other guy, yeah, like, and then more of them die too, right? Yeah, it just feels like it is a little bit silly, right? It really does remind me, of a horror movie, right? In the worst kind of way. No, but like a little bit, like, and the horror bad guy, like the main character shoots or whatever, right? And instead of making sure that they can't get up again, they leave, right? Or they're just like, oh, that's probably down. You know what I mean? Like, you shoot a few more times, right? Yeah, you're like, come on, just just get it over, right? Yeah, just get it over. Stop being like, man, maybe I should, like, maybe not kill it. But if you ignore that, of course, a great scene, he gets hit by, like the cables, right? Yeah, they hit the liquid and they kind of awakens him. So in that scene, in that sense, it makes sense, though, right? He's like lying in the liquid, and then when he gets electrified, right? He gets like it's like, I guess, a little shock, right? To get him up again or something. So, I mean, it makes sense in that way, though. But it's a little bit like, oh yeah, it's a very horror movie trope that, the bad guy is like unconscious in the liquid, right? Then the lightning bolt hits, oh, then he gets up like fully powered again. It's like a little bit like that. But yeah, very good scenes. I love the horse, I gotta say my Hawk, right? Yeah, that was great. I like Hawk, one of the best characters, right? And yeah, I get my Hawk cosplay. And I really liked it when, it's like, I'm his bird disciple, right? He comes in there and saves them, of course. And it's like the Dark Shadow also carries. It's like, no, not my Hawk senpai. It's like the Dark Shadow, his own personality. He's like, we gotta save senpai, He has his own, like, he's my bro. He made us fly and so on. We need to save our, our hero. So that was great. We really enjoyed that thing. And it was a little weird, but it made... First I was like, oh, that's Todoroki coming with the ice coming, but no, it was the other ice person. That was a little weird. That definitely was a little bit of a tease there, right? That we see the actual savior was an ice quirk, right? But of course, I believe it was going to be Todoroki, of course, coming in, but I do remember, though, the manga readers were complaining about the opening, right? That the opening has too much Todoroki in it. So I guess that kind of comes back to that, right? And then, of course, we have... I don't know, like, the episode had a lot of these scenes, right? With, like, Bakugo and Urukara just helping a lot of civilians, yeah. But I think it made... it wasn't, like, terrible. It was a little fun, right? Bakugo was fighting with the old lady. He's like, hey, we want a cookie, boys! Like, shut up, old head. Yeah, so it was a little fun, right? But at least it meant something later on, right? For the first moment, it was like, oh, okay, it's a bunch of, like, civilians that we see burning, and we see a bunch of characters. nothing's really happening. It's like two jokes, right? But at least, of course, the next scene, when Shigaraki started destroying everything, we had to see Bakugo saving the old lady, right? Urika, like making all the cars float or whatever. So, yeah, at least it went from something kind of like to something meaningful, right? Where okay, all these civilians that we saw them talking to 5 minutes ago, okay, now they're all saving them. So it wasn't like, yeah, it turned into something better. Because sometimes I think it's anime. You see these like civilian scenes, right? And you're just like, okay, this is like filler. It's like nothing happens. Yeah, it's like 3 minutes of civilians and doesn't mean anything. But at least now it meant something, right? So yeah, that was better than usual, I think, actually. I was into that, right? I would say so. But certainly a lot of characters died. I mean, this anime, you know, we have to give them credit, I think, to Macadamia that they do actually kill off a lot of these. Unfortunately, they're not the main characters, right? Or unfortunately, but yeah, the big characters like Endower, Mike, the next episode, looks like he's gonna die in this episode. But, you know, Eraserhead, surviving someone, right? So sure, the main senseis or whatever, right? The main men, so to speak, they have a higher plot armor, right? But I do like it that Macadamia actually does kill off, yeah, these like, I don't call them, I don't want to be mean, he did a thumbs up, man, it was amazing, but, I mean, they do kill off these like, you know, C or B tier heroes that actually do die, not all of them, but I mean, a few of them actually do die, right? So, that is, I mean, I think it's pretty uncommon in shonen. Maybe I'm just an old man reading too much One Piece and no one ever dies in, but yeah, it's like, well, yeah, this guy actually died, man. But for, as an enemy only, yeah, I don't know how they're gonna really fight Shigaraki as he can fly, right? Because we see it in the previous Endower flies over there, he can't of course fly, because otherwise the whole ground has been destroyed and he can like, his powers are so massive now that he can like destroy you immediately, seemingly, if you just enter his area, right? Probably, or do like a shock or something. But that's why I mentioned the resting part. Deku, right? We know that he has 7 quirks, right? Whatever, I guess like 1 quirk per person in the line, right? In the power line. So and then we know, of course, as I mentioned in the resting part, that yeah, Grandma, she could fly, right? So that's what I'm thinking, right? That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that Deku is gonna be able to fly. And yeah, if he can fly, he can obviously then float over there, right? She got the Nana. She got the power of floating or whatever, right? So like she can fly, which seems honestly a little bit like, you know, yeah, because Deku already can kind of fly, right? By like jumping in midair kind of thing, basically. You kind of using the, you know, so it's a little bit like, okay, it's better than that, but it's like, but I think that yeah, that would be my guess, right? That Deku would awaken flying, and then of course he can fly over there to fight Shigaraki. I don't see otherwise how he would do it, since he destroyed most of the buildings in the ground and so on. That's probably my guess of it. And I mean, it would, for example, reminisce me of Supernatural, right? Or the kind of superhero shows like The Flash or whatever, where, you know, so Smallville then, or yeah, more Smallville. Like Smallville, best example, yeah, Smallville. Best example actually, because Clark Kent, of course, Superman, he has you know, many powers, right? And then like each season he gets a new power, which of course most powers are awakened by, oh no, my friend's in trouble, I need to learn to fly, or I need to use my X-ray or whatever, right? We like the Flash is like, I need to run faster. Flash is really weird. The Flash is like, I need to run faster than last week. I can run on water, baby. Yeah, if you ever seen the Flash, I mean, the Flash TV show, it is crazy because every season is basically like, I need to save my girlfriend or whatever, right? And he only has 1 quirk, which is speed. So it's like, oh, this season I need to learn to run on water, right? You know, and it's like I need to learn to run back in time. I need to learn to run on walls or whatever. So I was like, I need to just run faster. And it's like, Barry, go faster. It's like the only thing he ever does, right? With like Smallville, it's like, oh, I need to be able to use this power, right? Yeah, flying or X-ray vision, right? Supernatural is like, oh, I need to use this demon power. I got this much demon blood. Now I can control this thing or exercise or whatever. They get a new power each season, right? But in the Flash, it's like, I need to go faster, guys. I need to go faster. But yeah, I think Deku's gonna awaken flying, right? That makes sense to me. I haven't got to subscribe, so I'm gonna see you guys with Spy's Family coming later tonight, and hopefully I get my Bayonetta 3. Which I doubt. They do deliver mail actually where I live on Saturdays, but man, I'm still so salty, man. I'm just so salty. Like every time I order a video game, I never get on time these days. It's just getting me really salty much earlier. But I guess you guys can have a great day, and yeah, the sun is all over the place here.